Okay, let's let's get the live chat up and running. That might be a very good thing I should do. And there we are. Perfect. Perfection. Right. Hello everyone. It's Spurs Rail here. Spurs Rail 96, as a matter of fact. Welcome to today's, or tonight's, or this morning's, this afternoon's, wherever you are around the world. Welcome to another Train Sim World 2 live stream. Today I thought I'd check out one of the more recent routes, depending where you are from, of course, that have been released to the game, and that is the New York Harlem line in the city that never sleeps. Grand Central Terminal to North White Plains, of course, run by the Metro North Railroad. So we got 3 juicy services here in the journey here. The very first 3, in fact. So this one, we're going to go from Croto Harmon to GCT, or known as Grand Central Terminal. Which train? I have no idea. So yeah, let's get rocking and rolling. Thierry, hey, how are you? Hope you're well. Welcome. Operate this express train. Okay, it's an express train from Yankees 153rd Street to Grand Central Terminal. We are driving an M3 for starters. That's a very nice start. Okay, on the left. I have had 0 practice. I did the tutorial a couple of weeks ago, and I haven't done anything since. I'll set it to bright. Why not? Cab light. What's that? Cab light auto. Okay, right. I don't need that. Charge the lovely brakes. I need to see where I'm going. Door control, the lights are on, that's lovely. We don't depart until almost 10 to 4 in the afternoon. Let me get up first and foremost. What have we got here? What toys have we got to play with for today? An alerter, that's all I want on. That'll do very nicely. Okay, so this is our attraction. It is the Metro North Railroad M3 electric multiple unit. The marker lights are on for some reason. Let's turn them off. There we go. Oh, it's time to depart. Quick sticks. Rock and roll. So this is Harlem, 125th Street. Thought the stadium would be around here. Clearly I was wrong. I don't know anything about this area of New York. So let's roll. So the first stop is Harlem 125th Street, track number 4. And what station were we at before then? Hang on, I need to have a look at this. Okay, we're on a branch line which goes from there to there, Grand Central. Where are we then? What is this station? Oh, it's Yankees 121st Street. Okay, my mistake. The next one is Harlem 125th Street. Alright. First impressions are pretty good. I like the look of the route. Grand Central Terminal is, well, yeah, pretty much explains itself, really. A world famous station, albeit you can't explore the exterior of the station on the upper levels because yeah, we've only got the underground stations to explore, so it's obviously pretty dark and dingy down there. Yeah, pretty cool. The atmosphere is quite nice. I actually speaking of first impressions, this is, of course, what you're seeing now is being shown after some tweaks and updates and improvements have arrived today via a free update. which is very nice indeed. So some issues such as red signals being the #1 enemy and all that kind of stuff, that is now gone. Some localization. I don't actually have any. I might actually get the patch notes up in a minute to read to you all. I don't usually do patch note kind of videos and all that stuff, unless the demand for it is great, of course. Okay, we're crossing over the Harlem River. The name of the route itself. This is the first time, actually, I'm doing anything other than a tutorial on this route. Or route, however you want to say it. Let's get on the brakes. We are approaching the station. Saito Kin, hey Spurs, hey Saito Kin, hope you're well, welcome. Thierry, another route I want by Just Trains is the Free Countries Corridor. Free Countries Corridor. Oh, Train Simulator, yeah. What countries is that crossed then? Isn't it Slovenia, was it Italy and Germany? I'm not too sure, I can't quite remember. Maybe Germany, Austria and Slovenia or Slovakia. It's one of those two nations. Alright, let's see if I can get this stop. Okie doke. Ah, there's no markers. Ooh, that's a challenge. I always have the markers on. Not today. Ooh. Brake. The platforms are very, very long, so there is nothing to worry about. Brake. There we are. Thank you very much. Right, what I'm looking for. Patch notes. I've got to get to it first of all. Just typing it in. What's it on? There it is. So, what has been solved on this route or route? The Harlem line has had updated instances where players experience issues with red lights. Updated the HUD to show the correct maximum permitted speed. The blue dot on the speedo should no longer disappear where neither ATC or ACSES systems are activated. Updated the gangway door on the M3A so you can now interact with it from the inside as well as the outside. Updated the AI trains to correctly support station passenger information system displays and enable displays of final destinations on internal PIS screens. Updated the console buzzer so it is now that it's now bound to the bell key. Updated the brake system on the M7A to cater for more combinations of orientation in a single train. Remove reported instances of floating scenery. Improved the scoring threshold of the M3A training module. Improved the bridge clearance on the CSX Oak Point Link track. Updated Williams Bridge so that you can no longer see through the staircases on both sides. Updated the scenery at Tucker House so that the road is no longer floating. Updated the NPC spawning at something Gardens, I don't know what that name is. Updated the wooden platform by Yankees East Station, which was missing textures, and added various improvements to the localization. There were some other updates as well to Tees Valley Line and S-Bahn Zentralschweiz. Right, let me take a look at the chat while we wait to depart this station. Oh, there wasn't, but there was something by Thierry, but it's disappeared. Let's have a look outside. So this is Harlem 125th Street. You can see the city skyline in the distance. Looks quite cool. Any famous buildings? I have no idea. Absolutely no idea. Yeah, Metro North, nice to have a new American brand to play with. We've now got Long Island Railroad, the Massachusetts Bay Transportation Authority, Caltrain, Amtrak, if I didn't say it already, and Metro North Railroad. So that's quite cool, passenger-wise, and of course, US-wise, we've got stack loads, haven't we? CSX, Norfolk Southern, Union Pacific, BNSF, albeit that's technically part of the Creators Club, or licensing for it, I should say. Right, the next stop is Grand Central, track number 32, which is 4 miles away, and I think that's actually the end of this service, if I'm not mistaken. Ooh, this would be exciting. I've never been to Grand Central, well, obviously not in real life, of course, but not in the virtual world either, so this would be quite cool. I imagine it'll be very similar to something like New York Penn Station, or what's it called? Atlantic Terminal, very dark, big platforms and all that kind of stuff, long platforms. Thierry, Austria, Germany and Switzerland. Oh, okay, right, I see. I swear there was one that goes through or via Switzerland, or stops in Switzerland. Not Switzerland, Slovenia, I should say. I'm getting confused with my countries. Let's come off the part. Goes for a little bit. It said free squeaking. There's mice aboard this train. Unless it's my headset. Yeah, it sounds like a little squeaking. There's mice aboard. Yeah, New York, brilliant city. One of the best cities in the world. It is a city I am dying to visit. Hopefully we'll get a bit of cash in my pocket. I can go over there and spend at least a month, I should say, exploring the city, maybe exploring the transportation systems there as well. Underground we go. We're going up rather than down, which was a surprise. I thought we'd be descending. Oh, look at these tunnels. Very short, aren't they? Very narrow. And nothing like the tunnels on Long Island, that's for sure. It's nice that we have quite a few New York area routes. You know, Northeast Corridor, New York. That's an obvious one. What else? This, Metro North, and kind of with the Long Island Railroad. So it's quite nice. Oops. Oopsie daisy, my mistake. Didn't realise we were going to descend that steeply into the depths of New York City. The city that never sleeps. Under 2 miles to go until Grand Central. Now, funny thing is, I've discovered, literally on the map of this route, I did take a look at the map before setting up, and this has a looped section, loop-de-loop. Very similar to, it reminds me of, what was it, almost like the way you would bring trains in and out of Southampton Yard in NEC Boston Sprinter. Very similar, I wouldn't say procedures, but it's very kind of similar trackage. You know, you have to go round the loop. I think I called it in Boston Sprinter for Carousel. I think I might have to think of a new name for this one. The loopity-loop or something like that. Right, let's get on these brakes, shall we? We've got a speed limit of 10 miles per hour. Ugh. Whoa, chat has exploded into life, I should say. Let's take a look at the Chiddly chat now. Thierry, just in case you're unaware, the 143 has been added to the Leipzig S-Bahn. Yes, I think I did I think I did an At Your Service video of the 143 being on rapid transit Because I think when I did the cab car, the I don't know, 767 cab car or whatever, it had a 143 on the back of it, and it went from Bitterfeld to Dessau, I think, off the top of my head. It's quite a long time ago. If that was correct, then I'll be very proud of myself. A dark web killer. Oh, crikey. That's one hell of a name. Hey, how are you? Welcome. Ooh, bit too fast, Need to get under the speed. Best do that. Otherwise, I'll get told off by the alerter mechanics. There we are. Anyway, where was I? Darkware Killer, what train sim world? Marmory. I don't know what you mean. If you ask what Train Sim World 2 is, and it's a game where you play trains from one side of a route to another, or different operations on different trains, different routes, I should say. It is pretty expensive, I must warn you. Once you dive into this game, you'll find out your bank account will soon be screaming in pain. Thierry Norfolk Southern will be added to the United States freight soon. Indeed, tomorrow. I look forward to getting my grubby little hands on it. Thankfully, I don't start work till 1:30 tomorrow afternoon. I'm doing a afternoon/evening shift, so I can thankfully have a couple of hours of play on it for going to work tomorrow. Hopefully the weather's good. Mr. Quicker Streams, bonjour, comment t'appelles-tu? Oui, monsieur, hope you're well. Mr. Quicker Streams, how are you doing today, Spurs? Asks Mr. Quicko Gaming, not Streams. Yeah, I'm good, thank you. Had a nice day off today. I was playing a bit of Gran Turismo 7, actually, after its recent update, and, beautiful amount of cars I've collected, and today has been extraordinary. Nothing like what it was before. I think I've collected close to 30, 40, 60 cars today in the game. I'm now up to 200 cars I've collected in Gran Turismo 7. And I am making content for it as we speak. Just in the final preparations of editing the darn videos together. Takes a bit longer than Train Sim World 2, unfortunately, in terms of facts and statistics and thumbnails for it, etc. You should be seeing that within the next 24-48 hours. I'm in no rush, of course. Exploring all the UK train stations. Hey, how are you? Welcome. Hope you're well. What is tomorrow? Tomorrow is the Norfolk Southern route. Horseshoe Curve comes out tomorrow on Tuesday, April the 12th, 2021. Why a Tuesday, I have absolutely no idea. But hey, I'm not complaining. I mean, Horseshoe Curve was first delayed, I believe. It was early January or February time. It was moved back and needed more work on. And I looked at the stream itself, and definitely the visuals, the performance characteristics, the sounds of particularly the ES44, and the visuals of the route in general have taken a step forward, which is very promising, of course, and it's changed my mind. I wasn't sure whether I would pick it up, but actually, I'm going to pick it up, and I will be doing a stream on it, very, very soon. I'll give you a sneak peek. I'll be doing a stream on Horseshoe Curve this time next week on Monday, or Easter Monday, in fact, the 18th of April 2022. Same time, same place, just a different route. But in terms of the next stream, proceeding just before that one, I'll be taking a look at the S-Bahn Zentralschweiz Leuzen to Saussure, the newest route at the moment, or was. Of course, a route in Switzerland, and I'll be taking charge of that route on Easter Sunday on the 17th of April this weekend. And yeah, this weekend, same time, same place, 8:30 p.m. UK time. Make sure not to miss it. Of course, details of those upcoming streams will be posted in the community section of my YouTube channel. But here we are, Grand Central, ladies and gentlemen, people of all ages. Let's unlock the doors and let the passengers disembark on board. What have we got? Tootling around here. We have a couple of M7s I hope to be driving tonight. Other than that, it's pretty much a barren wasteland. What have we got? 38 tracks. That's a lot of platforms, excuse me. I'm not sure if all of the platforms are used. Oh yeah, we got some platforms there being used. Unless they're just played up for scenery reasons. Yeah, it's a big station, for sure. Do we lock the doors? I have no idea. There are. Oh, look, you can see the markers going out. Oh, that's quite cool. Didn't know that. Didn't know that was a thing. Maybe it's very specific to this route. Oh, I've got an achievement as well. The tourist achievement, lovely, and a gold medal. Look at that. Those levels flying. Excellent. That's the first one. Now let's do the second service of the day. Didn't take long, did it? Well, to me it didn't feel very long. Exploring all the UK trains. I'm good, how are you? I'm good, thank you. Mr. Quicko Gaming, I might pick it up because why not? Absolutely. Excuse me. Sato King, yeah, the 3-month wait definitely lead to improvements. Absolutely, hard work always pays off. Is your channel monetized? What do you mean by monetized, Mr. Quicko Gaming? Well, I mean, I get paid, if that's what you mean. Yes, I get paid by YouTube. So it's nice that I get some financial returns for it. Ah, that's it, yes. Is this another M3? It is an M3. Ooh, I hope the next one is indeed a M7. I want to give that a whiz. Give it a whirl, sorry. Wrong word. Right. Bright lights. Should be a marker lights. Oh, it's turned off for me this time. That's very nice. Let's stand up, turn around, turn on the lovely alerter. I'm not turning anything else on because I have literally no knowledge of this route whatsoever. I have not driven from one side of the route to the other, so I have literally no idea what to expect. Absolutely no idea. What even type of service is this? I've no idea. What is this? It doesn't say. I imagine a stopping service. It's definitely not an express. I'll be surprised if it is. Seems like we're stopping at a fair few stations by the looks of it. Anyway, we need to wait until, well, not very long actually. I've just looked at the time. Mr. Quicko Gaming, can we get 10 likes? Show Spurs some love. Oh yes. Got to lock the doors first. Train can't go yet. Yeah, 10 likes, that'd be nice. I'm pretty sure I'll smash that. I usually do anyway. Anything else is a bonus. Shows people care about my content. What is this train in front of us passing through? We're going to have a race. A race to North White Plains, I think. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Let's get ahead of it. Oh, he's slowing down. Yep, he has to let us through. Sorry, buddy. As Jeremy Clarkson said on Top Gear, you won't mind just getting out of the way. I've got a train to catch. We've caught the train. We've passed it. Now onwards to North White Plains. So where were we before then? The depot, I imagine. I've no idea. So if any of you that have played this route, what's your thoughts, what's your feelings? Are you enjoying it? What is good, what is not so good? I don't know this route hardly at all, as you can gather. This is literally my first time properly exploring this route from front to back and vice versa. Although it is quite cool, isn't it? Oh, we've got a speed limit of 35 coming up shortly, and in front of us, getting closer, is indeed North White Plains. I presume that stop back there must be the depot or something. I have no idea. Well, that's a nice monument there, a big clock tower on the left. This time we have my trusty stop markers. I'm gonna need it. Yeah, I've had a very good weekend. Thanks for those that are asking. Especially when Tottenham Hotspur won 4-0 at Aston Villa. And thanks to Brighton's defeat of Arsenal, means Spurs are in pole position to secure Champions League, which was, yeah, certainly a surprise, but looks like we're on the way to doing that, but we'll wait and see. Right, the doors are locked. The passenger boarding procedures can commence. We've got to wait just over a minute. Mr. Quicker streams, I give this route a 7 out of 10. Do you remember when you hit 200 subscribers, as I hit that on Friday? 200 subscribers, blimey, I can't remember when I did that, but yeah, when you hit an achievement like that, say 200, 300, 500 or 1,000, yeah, it's certainly a great accomplishment for sure. Makes you feel more confident, makes you feel like, you know, hey, this is going somewhere. And that's what I was like with me. At first I did YouTube just for fun really, but then when I hit 1,000 I thought, crikey, people actually seem to be enjoying it, the content. But the fact it was getting more recognition, I think, was more important, because then it just drove me on to say, hey, maybe I could do something with this. And that's what I've been doing really. Just ever since, just keep chugging along, keep plucking away nicely. We're slowly getting closer to the 2k mark. I'm not under any pressure really. I don't care when we get to 2k, as long as we get to and past that mark. That is all that matters. As they say, it's a marathon, not a sprint. There we are. Right, the next stop is Harlem 125th Street, 18 miles exactly. So we got a lot of driving to do here, so let's get going. The horn is nice, the loop is not. There's another M7 coming through. They're pretty close together, those two, that's for sure. Blimey. Bobby, hey, how are you? Hope you're well. Welcome. I want to like streams every day. I wish I could do streams every day, but unfortunately I can't. I'd love to do more streams, but I just don't have the time to fit any more in. 2 I think is enough for me. I'm sure you can do streams like I can someday. Takes a bit of time and investment to purchase different pieces of equipment to make it work, but like a mic or an next-gen console and all this kind of, and DLCs, etc, but yeah, I'm sure you can do it one day. We'll be getting out of school. Okay, well, Your educational are first and foremost the most important, my friend. Need good grades so you can achieve your life ambitions. That's what I had to do. Lovely clear day here in Manhattan. And I'm way going too fast. Whoopsie daisy, my mistake. I was too busy looking at the sky. I'll tell you something that's been quite refreshing is very recently Dovetail have been pumping out these preservation updates and so on and so forth. Tees Valley is a good one. They've pumped out a stack load of things of that. I've taken a quick little peek of it and I like it. I like it very much. The look of it looks so much better. It's brought more in line with more recent train sim world routes. The one I'm desperately looking forward to is Northern Transpennine. I am dying for that route to have its updates ASAP. Not only that, but mastery achievements as well. Oh no, it's already got mastery achievements. It was Tees Valley that got theirs today. I don't know what it has actually. I might take a look at that actually. Come the end of the stream. Have a peek, see what it is. Going way too fast again. These are nice tall trees. Very tall trees. It's like we're in the jungle. Very nice. This is where we are. And that's where we're going to. So a nice cruise through the forest, it seems, or the countryside. So it's pretty cool. Mr. Quicker Gaming, I do videos every day myself. Good for you, keep it up. Hard work pays off, just keep pumping those videos out, my friend, on streams or whatever the hell you do. And yeah, eventually you'll get the reward and recognition you deserve. It just takes a long time. I was doing YouTube for, I don't know, say, what was it, 17, 18, 19, 20, I'll say 5 years, nearly 5 odd years before I got to even 1,000 subscribers. So it does take time. And Mr. Critical Gaming, what kind of job do you do? I work in a petrol station. Whether that's a good thing at the moment, I don't know. But yeah, I work for a well-paid brand, let's say. It's very easy being working in a gas station, as it's known in America, or a petrol station in the UK, because the amount of fuel that runs out at the moment. It's mostly first half of the shift is very, very challenging and stressful, and the second half, when the tanks do run dry, it's very easy because nobody comes, and we have to stay open until closure, regardless if the tanks are empty or not. So it's a mixture of normality and then kind of almost relaxing, almost. I wouldn't say it's not like if the tanks go dry, you can go home. You can't do that. You have to monitor the tanks, make sure that it's safe to either have the tanks operational or shut down. Other things as well, electrical things, health and safety, etc., etc. Supplies are topped up for the staff as well as the customers, inside and outside. So yeah, it's more to it than just serving people full of petrol and diesel. And I'm not sure if my station actually has a special fuel. I'm not sure, actually. Might have to check that out when I go in tomorrow. What we do have is, around the back, we do have 4 charging stations. It's not many, but it's better than none. So a few cars, one of the staff members has a Tesla, and they charge it round the back. So instead of charging at home, they do it at work. So it saves them a few quid on the electric side of things. D-O-G, sorry. Hey, how are you? Hope you're well. Peninsula Cordon needs an update bad. I know it does. It should have had an update a long time ago, but it's been held back. I'm pretty sure when it eventually comes out, it will, be even better. Way better than it is in its current state, that is for sure. As Tees Valley has proved, of course. And I'm looking forward to having some fun on the Tees Valley, be it in a stream or making some videos on it as and when that time comes. There's another train hurtling past. Cytokine, they have mentioned wanting to improve their QA for the update and future, which will be much needed. Yeah, I think the communication bit is lacking. Cytokine is quite correct. Their communication is sometimes lacking a bit. Like, they have improved it to some degree, particularly with, when game updates come out, they actually pump out some articles or some tweets on Twitter and Instagram and all that kind of jazz, and certainly it's becoming better, but further improvement is still needed, particularly on the roadmap side of things. I'm still not convinced it's as good as it was before. They could tweak it as much as they like. There's still no clarity, there's no direction to it. Like, where's this update going? When's the next update going to be? It's literally a roadmap, and it's not really a roadmap, is it? At the moment, it's just like a list. Like, here you go. Here's some things that we're going to be doing. Da-di-da-di-da. But there's no time frame, as to which DLC is coming out first. What is this DLC coming out first, or is it the next one below it, or in front of it, or you just don't know, do you? So, I think they should go back to the old way. I think the old way was far more simpler, much easier to understand than compared to how it is now. But hey, that's just my view. Leo, hey, how are you? Hope you're well. Welcome. Just to take in charge of some passenger duties in the heart of New York City on the Harlem line. I mean, we're not actually in the city itself yet, but we will be very soon. Mr. Quicker Gaming, as in the man who works inside the petrol station. Well, and you know how I feel. It's obviously not good having the tanks run dry in less than a few hours, but at the same time I kind of welcome it, because it makes my job a little bit less stressful, a little bit easier, but just a little bit. I can't say it's a piece of cake, because it isn't. Like yesterday, it was actually pretty good. The tanks didn't run dry. They almost ran dry and probably ran out today. But yeah, this is my day off. I couldn't really care. I was playing the virtual world of Gran Turismo, where fuel is not an issue, regardless if it's diesel, petrol or electric. And to some ways that's where the train, of course, comes into play. But the problem is with the train is that the tickets are crazily expensive. I think I read up on the news that one day about a season ticket to do trips from Brighton to, was it London Waterloo and back or something, or London Victoria, were in the thousands of pounds, which is ridiculous. Absolutely madness. I mean, the previous job I used to have, I had to drive I think 10-20 minutes from my house. But now working at a petrol station, which is literally round the corner from me, I don't even need to drive. I could just walk in instead. It's much easier. Saves fuel. It's very peaceful in this cab. Very nice. I really like it, actually. Nice and peaceful. Not sure of the M7 because I haven't tried it yet. Mr. Quicker Gaming, can you see how much is left in the tanks in the petrol station? You can. The one we have has, I wouldn't say the latest gadgety gizmos and all that kind of stuff. We actually have a readout that comes out. You print it off a receipt that has all the amount of litres, or my US viewers, gallons of fuel displayed in each of the tanks. And some tanks you can get to at least up to 10,000 litres. And then it comes to a point where you have to shut off the pumps. There is one tank in particular we have which is exclusive for staff members, emergency services, that has to be opened at all times. And even say people go to that pump, we have to put out cones to tell people, hey, it's closed, when in reality is obviously the tank isn't empty. We just have to reserve it, leave it for emergency services and staff members. Whether that's the same for other petrol station or fuel brands, I don't know. But the one I work for, that's how it is. Yeah. Well, we also have a brand spanking new car wash, which is apparently, according to the boss, over £1 million. So yeah, hopefully we don't break it, or anyone breaks it, really. It's a lot of money for a car wash. The systems, the fluids, the liquids, the electrical systems, the health and safety, and all that kind of jazz. Anyway, I don't know why I'm talking about work. I talk about trains and stuff. I don't want to really talk about work. I'm in there tomorrow, albeit not for very long. A nice easy 6 hours tomorrow. Way better than the 9, 10, 11 hours I usually do. I'm not working Easter Sunday and Monday, which is nice, but unfortunately I am on Good Friday. I thought I might get off, but no, I couldn't escape that day. Hey, I'll take Easter Sunday and Monday off. Just over 6 miles to go until Harlem 125th Street, ladies and gentlemen. Of course, the line, the branch line we went on, of course, is home to the Yankees stadium. That's baseball, isn't it? I believe. Baseball? I think it's baseball. It's also home to, I think it's New York City Football Club, or the soccer club, New York City FC. I think they most recently won their first MLS division title, or a cup of some description. So good for them. It's a nice crest, New York City FC. Nice crest. 5 miles to go exactly until Harlem 125th Street. Maybe open a window. No, can't be bothered to open a window. I've got a cup of tea in my hand, unfolding a phone in the other. It's quite nice. You could just let the gradients almost control the speed. The only thing I have to adjust is the brakes. So it's quite cool, like, quite relaxing. But I suppose if you have the other safety systems turned on, it's much more involving the drive from one side of this route to the other. Now, if there was to be a local DLC to this, a strong contender, I believe, could be the blimey, what's it called? I think it's called the M8, one that's made by a Japanese company. Was it Kawasaki or something? Kazaki? I think they actually make motorbikes, if I'm not mistaken. Kazaki? It's not Yamaha, is it? Well, it might be Yamaha, I'm not too sure. It's a red one. It's called M8, an M8. But I'm not sure whether this could come to the Harlem line because I don't know what time period it's in. So I imagine the early to mid 2010s. Excuse me. That's of course a complete guess. Mr. Quickest means, is it BP? No, thankfully not. Wouldn't dare think of working for BP. No. Not after what they did nearly a decade ago with the oil spill in the Gulf of Mexico. Damaged the environment and wasted thousands of gallons, millions of gallons actually, that people needed in their cars, trucks and all that kind of stuff. Speed limit of 60 miles per hour coming up. So let's get under it, or close to it. Doing very well for time. Surprise, surprise. It's quite relaxed, isn't it? The timings on this route. You don't really have to be like the London Underground and charge like the clappers, knowing that you're going to be late, but you want to be as close as you can to the indicated time. Because London Underground is terrible. You have to be like a madman to even have a chance of completing it in time. You'd have to, I think, break the speed limit practically all of the way and go bananas and berserk with it. Thankfully not the case here. I must apologise for my bad driving. Of course, it's the first time I've experienced this route in its entirety. So I am very rusty and, of course, completely in the dark, literally at the moment, when it comes to knowing what to expect, speed limit wise, undulation wise, and etc. etc. Whoop. Oh, I've got a friend that messaged me asking if I'm watching Huddersfield versus Luton Town in the Championship. I know it's the only game on tonight, but it sounds like it must be a cracker. What on earth would she ask me that? I don't really watch those teams. I only watch the Championship when my team plays, Reading FC. Other than that, not really. It's a great league, it's an exciting league, no doubt. Very competitive. Right, exactly. Just now, very soon it'll be exactly. Hang on a minute. Any second now. There we go. Exactly. 1 mile until 100. Harlem, 125th Street. Awesome. It's quite a busy timetable. Was it over 250 odd services or 260 services, whatever? That's at least how busy it should be on Long Island Railroad. The timetable there is woefully off the pace when it comes to busyness. It needs way more services. I'm surprised when the Long Island preservation update was added. I'm surprised they did, bump up the services to at least over 200. I mean, it needs way more services than what it has. It's nowhere near as busy. Compared to this, it's nothing. It's night and day, really. Right, we're just going over the Harlem River again. Well, and a highway as well. I'm surprised there's no New York monuments I've seen, like the Empire State Building and Chrysler Building. I think the One World Trade Center is in Long Island Railroad. Not sure of Northeast Corridor, New York. I imagine so. Sidokin, yes, Spurs. It's home to the Yankees baseball team. Awesome. I'm glad I got that right. I know I'm pretty strong on my sports in America. I mean, I'm a big sports fan. I like snooker, horse racing-ish to a degree. Not as much. Not really interested in it. My mum is, of course, because she bets ridiculous money on it. When I was on holiday, she wasted £60. But it was fun to see her lose to a degree. It's like I told you so. Oh, need to brake. I just tend to brake at the end of the platform canopy. I feel like that's kind of where it should be, really. There we are, way ahead of schedule, so we'll be waiting a while till we can go, I presume, to the final stop, which will be Grand Central Terminal. Mr. Quicko Gaming, I'll keep that in mind next time I go to a petrol station. Okay. Thierry, what are your thoughts so far about this route? Certainly a challenge. Undulation is a bit of a surprise. I must admit, it's got a fair variation of undulation. You know, steep inclines, steep descents, flat gradients, not so steep, uphill and downhill. The frame rate's pretty good. The performance characteristics are as I expected from the M3 of Long Island. The sounds are a nice surprise. Sound pretty cool. They sound different, that's for sure, which is what you would expect from a new-ish version of the M3, the M3A. The M7, I have no idea. I imagine it'll be the same. Performance-wise, sound-wise, I imagine it'll be different. Well, I should already know. I did the tutorial a couple of weeks ago. So the New Haven route would be nice add-on for the M8, and yes, it does run here. Cool. Mr. Cricket, what is wrong with BP? I don't like the colour of it. I don't like green. Not that kind of green. Ooh. And I don't like the colour of I don't like the logo either. It's iconic for that oil giant BP, but yeah, green is not my favourite colour. No. If it's like a dark green, that's fine, but like the colour of that green signal indicator on the top right, nah, it doesn't sit with me. Not one of my favourite colours. Literally, sometimes if I have like say if I had, I don't know, 5 or 6 job applications to make, sometimes I will literally be like, I will decide on what brand has colours, good colours and good logos. And BP is certainly not one of them. I'm sure they're a good brand, but yeah, it's just not my cup of tea. And I don't know what they act like as a company, so I imagine they do what they do best. Cytokine, Long Island Railroad has 300 plus easily because all of the routes run on the Jamaica to City trunk line. Ooh, okay. Maybe we should have that. An add-on, or an extra branch line, or something to Long Island. I mean, you think about it. Think of the Verka Dresden. They added that branch line, and it was a great addition, in my opinion, to Naverka Dresden, scenery-wise and driving-wise. I mean, the live stream of Naverka Dresden speaks for itself. I really enjoyed it. That route, one of my favourite, if not certainly one of my most favourite German route in train sim world. But Calder Aachen still runs it very, very close. Trying to ramp, yeah, it's alright. I can't say if I love it or not, because to be honest, I haven't really driven it that much. I did a stream on it when it first came out. I haven't done anything on it since then. But certainly you could see these kind of extensions to old routes coming around, you know, like we had East Coastway, then after that, what preceded that, we had the Brighton Main Line that scooted all the way up to London Victoria. So that was quite a nice little network. Rhineway Austin, people don't know it very well, but Rhineway Austin is an extension to Rossignol. Rossignol goes from Finnentrop to Hagen, and Rhineway Austin goes from Hagen to Wuppertal Steinbeck. And really, you could compare, I suppose, the Northeast Corridor New York and Northeast Corridor Boston Sprinter as kind of the same route, but they both don't link together, per se. They are both part of the longer Northeast Corridor. So, there's another one as well. And actually, a Long Island Railroad is kind of a part of the Northeast Corridor New York. Of course, it shares some similar trackage and stations with a Northeast Corridor New York. I wish we had that back. and that lovely switcher. I might do a stream on that at some point, actually. Now that I've mentioned it, I miss it so much. It should be in the game, really. I can't see what's wrong with it. Yes, I think the scenery needs a complete rework, but other than that, it's not bad. It wasn't a bad route. It wasn't a bad route. Frame package was brilliant for a Northeast Corridor route, I must say. It's the complete opposite on Boston Sprinter because the freight service package doesn't exist. I mean, you can, I think on Boston Sprinter, you can get out, you can go in, you can explore the yards, and I think you can get in a, GP, 40-2 CSX and trundle around and pretend to do some yard work, some switching, but not really much more than that, really. Alright, just under 2 minutes to go until we can depart to what I believe is the next station. Yep, the final stop, Grand Central Terminal. Then we'll do the last service. That is, if it is with the M3, then I'll have to find the same service but with a, or type of service, but just with an M7. It does fly by. This route. That's one thing I've noticed. I mean, 24 miles, you do notice it, you know, click of a finger and you're already at the end. I mean, I've done 2 services already in, well, 1 service, and that was done and dusted in no time. This is taking a little bit longer, but all the same. It is a pretty quick route. I mean, the top speed is, it's up there, isn't it? You know, the high, close to 60s, 70s, now and again. I'd say above 35 miles per hour, so it's a pretty quick route. Mr. Quicko Gaming, bye bye. Hopefully can catch you again later. No worries, Quicko. Mr. Quicko Gaming, take care of yourself. Have a good rest of your week. And just as I say that, I need to depart. Thierry, they should add the S-Bahn line to Dresden Airport. I would like to see that, definitely. I'd love to see how that works. But I think that's a bit too far of a challenge to stick together. Maybe if it was a next-gen exclusive or something, for the PC and Xbox One X and PS5. Maybe they could do it. I'm pretty sure next-gen and PC it is possible. But I imagine it will require quite a bit of work, not just to implement it, but to make sure the rest of the route package has a maximum stability. Cider King, going on it, how does this route compare to Dresden and Curl to Aachen? Well, it's obviously very different. This is obviously a city, almost like a metro subway system, so it's very heavily passenger orientated. With Nowodwor Dresden, you've got a similar thing, lots of passenger services, but a lot of variation, and the route is twice as long. The top speed is higher. You've got more. I think you might have more stations on Nowodwor Dresden than this. Curl to Aachen, you have some similarities with this, particularly with the S-Bahn. That's part of the New Journey expansion with 423. There's definitely some similar vibes to that. And yeah, the city itself, it's very well modelled, just like the area of Dresden was, and Curl, a big cathedral, and the surrounding area of the main stations. So there are some similarities. The only big exception is that both those routes have freight action incorporated into it, while this has none, which was a bit of a surprise. There are a few freight yards, not many, but there's a few. I'm surprised you can't get in a locomotive like you can on a Boston Sprinter and just have some fun shuttling some trains, some wagons around the yard or something like that. Grand Central is exactly now 2 miles away. I think the only thing I can remember from Grand Central was in the first Madagascar film when I was young. I love that film. The first one of Madagascar from DreamWorks is always the best one for me. And I just remember when they were trying to find Marty the zebra. And they ended up at Grand Central Terminal. It was quite funny. I think Robin Williams, wasn't he in a scene or something in a film that was at Grand Central Terminal? It's like a dancing scene in the main concourse, if I recall correctly. Not too sure, because I haven't watched that film, but I've certainly seen clips of the scene around on the internet, so I believe Robin Williams is in that film. I'm not too sure. I might be completely wrong. Most likely I am. Where Thierry, they added the line to Mysan. That's correct. They did. I remember when I did a stream on that, I explored it for the first time and was very impressed with the scenery. Stations were surprisingly close together, and the towns which I thought were tiny little villages were actually pretty big-sized towns. So I was surprised by how good the Meissen branch is. Good scenery, good variation, good driving challenges. So yeah, well worth addition. The Meissen branch. Kin, I recently picked up the expansion pack. It was nice, but I felt I've neglected the other end, actually. The other end? What's the other end? What's the other end? I picked the expansion pack up, I think, a couple of weeks after it had dropped. I waited for an update or two to be added to it, and then I picked it up as well. What else did I get on a discount? The London Underground 38 tube stock from River Games. I picked that up on the cheap, and I'd say the main reason you should really get the expansion pack is purely, I'd say, the new timetable package and the 423 for Curl to Aachen. Really, London Underground is nice. It's nice to have a few services with that retro style 72 Mark tube stock and that silver aluminium brushed or steel livery, whatever. Sandpatch Grey was pretty much left to the wayside a bit. The SD40 looked very nice actually and had a good horn. I love that cool blue, that dark blue grey livery. I think it's a really nice livery actually. I wish it was the standard colour now for CSX transportation. Really stands out. A lot of character to it. But yeah, not much was added really to Sandpatch Grey. The scenarios look interesting, I must admit. Pretty challenging, quite interesting things have been done to the scenarios on Sandpatch Grey, but timetable wise there's nothing really been added. It could substitute into the GP38 services and some trains going up and down the Sandpatch Grade itself. So there are some things you could do with it. Just cruising into Grand Central now. Track number 42. That's a lot of tracks. Could you imagine if this had like 1,000 services like Brighton have? Oh my lord, the frame rate would be unbearable. Imagine all of the platforms full to the brim with trains. I think we've got a fair few trains, in the station already, and the frame rate ain't too bad. I'll check now actually. How many trains have we got then? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and we're number 7. It's not too bad. I think the service I did before had more trains in the platform, because if I recall, there's another one as well, just leaving actually. So it would have been 8, it's now 7. Come on, let's get into that platform. I think we're actually doing the loopity-loop, aren't we? Are we doing the loop? No. But I imagine when this train finishes, we might be doing the loopity-loop. Well, I'm not going to be driving it, of course. I'll be moving on to the next and final service. So it's a pretty quick stream this evening. I wasn't expecting it to be. I thought this one would have quite a lot of stopping patterns, but clearly not. I imagine the next service will have quite a lot of stopping and starting. There must be an all-stop service hiding in this route somewhere. Of course, the PIS systems are up and running as well on this route, which is good. I'll say the usual YouTube shenanigans, of course, for those of you that may be watching me for the first time. Welcome, hope you're well. If you enjoyed the stream, I'd really appreciate it if you could like it, and if you are new, please subscribe to the channel for more Train Sim World news content and streams, which I do try to do 2 a week on a daily basis, every Sunday and Monday. And of course, with Easter around the corner, thankfully, which I have off, I will be streaming on those days as well. I'll be having my chocolate egg for the next stream. That's for sure. So unlock the doors and allow the passengers to disembark. We have to be waiting an awful long time yet again, 4 or 5 minutes. Again, the timing mechanisms on this route, very, very forgiving. Nowhere near as lenient as I expected. I thought it was going to be super harsh, like super busy, like you got to be there now. But no. Take your time, relax. Cruise around New York City. Sorry, Ken, I feel like they didn't include the computer or the AI services for Aachen. I'm not sure. I thought they did. Well, I think it looks busy. I know they added some additional locomotives in an update, albeit you can't really use them. They're just props, really, to be honest. I think it was it a 363 shunter for yards in Curl area, and I think like another one. I can't remember where it's from. It's not from Rossignol, it's another one, but for me, particularly in the Curl area, I thought it looked pretty busy. I don't know if the AI services have been added or not. I imagine they would have. Don't see why not, unless it's exclusive for next-gen consoles and PC, then I honestly don't know. Thierry, the Bakerloo line at Sandpatch Grade literally had nothing done apart from liveries and a few scenarios. I know Bakerloo had, I think it was 6 services, I think, really, not much, but it was nice to have like a rail tour service or 2 thrown into the mix. I know not much can be done to the Bakerloo line timetable package, because I think they've pushed it as far as they can. I know they originally planned to include a ridiculous number, what was it, like 400 odd services on a route that small, mostly single track. Well, it's not actually, it's technically double tracked, isn't it? But yeah, for some reason they couldn't, maybe due to performance issues. Maybe they'll add that in, I don't know, the next gen update for it or something, I don't know. Yeah, we'll wait and see on that one. Thierry, however, Curl to Aachen had plenty done, like the 423 and even 425 services, as well as the 101 service, the 101, and also 363 added as AI. What was another one that was added to it? Yeah, you could use the 425 as official for different services as well, compared to the previous one. You could use the 422 instead of the 425. So that was a nice surprise. Jerry, some 425 AI services were also added. I presume you mean to Curl to Aachen. I'd be shocked if that was for the Bakerloo line. Because if that is the case, it's running buddily smooth at the moment. I'll have a sip of tea. I'll check the scores of this Huddersfield Luton Town game, see what's going on. What is it? Oh, it's 2-0 to Huddersfield, the full-time score. Huddersfield fans will be happy. Oh, my team's playing. Not Spurs, not Reading, but Valencia in La Liga. They are drawing at the moment at Rio Vallecano. 1-1 after 87 minutes. I watched the Australian Grand Prix, not the actual race. I couldn't get up for that. I watched the highlights, and yeah, the race seemed cool. It's nice to see Ferrari win again. Mad Max broke down, and Williams got a point, which was I felt pretty pleased for them. It's quite nice to see them get a point, and Aston Martin not, really, to some degree. They're under pressure now, Aston Martin. They are the only team without a single point. Right, where have we got to go? We got to stop at Grand Central track number 51. We are doing the merry-go-round. Round we go. I'm excited. Round we go. The 425 is actually a nice touch, says Thaituki, and I agree, it was actually. Oh, 425, yeah, that explains what Thierry was saying. Yeah. I thought he meant the number 425. I was like, wow, that's a lot. Now I know what he means. My apologies, Thierry. My mistake. Liam, hey, how are you? It would be nice if they added the Piccadilly line for the Underground as well. I would love the Circle line. Oh, that's my favourite. I wouldn't say in real life, because it's almost the Bermuda Triangle, particularly at Edgware Road. I remember using that station a lot in my teenage years. Occasionally getting muddled up with some services and accidentally boarding the one that would go the long way round rather than the short way, the quick way round. Yeah. I imagine if I go there again, if I ever use the Circle line, I'll be of greater knowledge and a better understanding of what the hell is going on that line. Circle line would be a great addition. That's just my opinion. I remember there was a PC one for the Circle line, and that was absolutely fantastic. Even now to this day, I mean, I think it came out in 2007. The quality of it, the performance characteristics, the sounds, the visuals, for its time were stupendous, and they still look just as darn good and play just as fun as this game would today. And I think you can pick it up dirt on the cheap. I think it's even on Steam, I think, for like a few quid, unless it's been taken away. And you could probably buy it on eBay or Amazon or something like that, I'm not too sure. I haven't played it myself, but watching videos of it, it looks spectacular. TAR or TAR the Avenger, the average rail fan. I was about to say Avenger. What am I saying that for? Better get on the brakes. Actually, we're not going round the bend. We're going into a dead end. Oh, siding here. Okay, fair enough. Ooh, let's brake. Wasn't expecting that. Thought it was the right way round. It's not. Do I get a goal? No, silver. Okay, it took me 50 minutes. That was actually quite long. It didn't feel long, though. Right, let's commence the final one. I think the one I was on the journey mode stopped somewhere in the middle. I just hope it's the M7. I haven't given it a try yet. If not, I'll have to go and find it in the timetable itself. That's a nice picture. I might give Oakville Subdivision another chance when those upgrades come along. I may hold judgment for it. Right, we are in the M7, but we're in the pitch black of darkness. So let's do the setup procedure. No, keep bright. Oh, no, I'll leave the cab light on for a second. Marker lights are off. The lights. Turn on the alerter. Brakes are charged. Now I can turn the cab light off. I'm not sure if there's a rule on the American railroads as to whether you should have the cab light on or off. There are some rules where I think you have to have the cab light on so it doesn't, blind or, I don't know, disturb or some oncoming drivers or something like that. I'm not too sure. I don't know if that applies in America, but I think some sort of rule like that exists in the UK, unless it's been taken away. I don't know. If not, then it's complete. Well, it's nothing from me. This is something I probably thought of in my sleep. Let's pick up the speed a little bit. Oh. Is that the same horn as that M3? Sounds it. That's not bad, it's still a good horn, apart from the loopity-loop bit. We're going back. Hang on, we're going forwards. We need to be going backwards. Why are we in this cab then? Hang on a minute, we're facing this way. Well, shouldn't we be in that? Shouldn't I be in this cab then? Where to go? Oh, okay. I'm confused. Am I in the right cab? No, I am in the right cab. Am I in the right cab? I don't know what I'm doing. Oh yeah, I should be in. Surely should be in the right cab. I'm just looking. I thought, am I going in the right direction? Maybe it's because of the big loop. It's confusing me because I was just looking at the top left, thinking we're getting further away from that. You know, we're not heading into a dead end, are we? Hopefully it will change. We'll go around and we'll see what happens. If I'm going the wrong way, then I'll change direction and reverse. I'm pretty sure. It's just me being an idiot. Like I said, first time on this route. There's always a first, isn't there? Yeah, there we go. It's coming down the yards. Yep. I was wrong. My mistake. I confused myself. Where was I with the chat? I've lost myself. Anyway, I haven't even read the Average Rail Fan as a thing you put on the chat. I do apologise. Hope you're well. I'm going to make some suggestions on River Games forums to make a New York City route. Let's see if we can do it. Oh, River Games, I don't know. They haven't made an American route as yet. They've only made, 2 Switzerland routes and 1 old school English route. I don't think they really have made much when it comes to North American content. Certainly in Train Simulator, they don't tend to explore North America that much. They tend to stick to Switzerland, Austria, and those kind of routes, really, or European routes, I should say. Really, I think Skyhook would be a good one. Skyhook's the main player, I think, when it comes to, well, making North American routes, because that's all they've made for Train Sim World. They've made Cane Creek and Horseshoe Curve, and probably whatever the hell they make next, I imagine, will be for North America or the USA. Certainly a Loco DLC or 2 would be welcome. I think that's what we need now in Train Sim World 2. I think we're getting to the point where we've got enough routes. We need some Loco DLCs now for the routes we've got. You know, I could easily pick out loads. The Arosa line needs a DLC, Loco add-on. Clinchfield definitely could do with a couple of some U-boats and the GP9 switcher, most certainly. Brighton, there's some good opportunities there for a Loco DLC. Boss and Sprinter's an obvious one with the Acela. It's only a matter of time before that gets it put in the game, or unless a new one, the brand new one, makes a surprise debut. I will be amazed if that happens. Cane Creek, I have no idea, but something for that would be cool. And obviously Horseshoe Curve, there's some opportunities there as well. West Cornwall, there's some potential Loco DLCs you could fit in there, like the old HST or a Class 57. What else? LGV. I desperately want to see a DLC for that, or just another French TGV route in general. I loved that route so much. So good. So good. Magnifique. What else has been released in this bucket of bolts game we call Train Sim World 2? Neverka Dresden, Toronto Ramp. Oh yeah, Hamburg Lübeck as well, can't forget that. If I could have a 218 or a shunter. We've got to proceed as signals indicate, but we can't go yet until 1711. What else DLC wise? Cathcart Circle I could do with a DLC. And a fresh injection of services. Make it a little bit more busier. And I think that's it. And of course, don't forget the Harlem line, of course. S-Bahn Zentralschweiz, I've absolutely no idea. I've hardly touched it, really. I've no idea what that's going to be like. I've only done the tutorials a couple of weeks ago. I've no idea what to expect. I know driving that thing with those safety systems is hard-ish. Certainly more challenging than I expected, for sure. Right, we got to get going. Let's rock and roll, shall we? The first stop is familiar territory, Harlem 125th Street. 4 miles exactly. Trainmaster, hey, how are you? Hope you're well. Hey Spurs, how do you like the Harlem line? Very nice, thank you. Oh, we got a red signal. Oh, what a surprise. Oh, no, we're not. We've got a green signal. Yeah, really enjoying it so far. Certainly it's more challenging than I expected, particularly with the undulations, and it's actually quite a quick route. You can get some services done pretty quickly. M7, M3, very similar performance characteristics to the Long Island ones. It's nice that both of them have some new sounds in the mix, which is quite cool. In terms of the route itself, the atmosphere, the city skyline of New York, it's nice to see that being replicated, albeit the iconic buildings like the Chrysler, Empire State and World Trade Center, yada yada yada, that's not in there, I don't think, unless it's very, very far away in the distance. Almost you have to squint your eyes to see if you can see it. Only a good mixture of services as well, actually. Quite a lot more than I thought. Way more than Long Island Railroad. So, this trumps it, I think. It's really that kind of city, subway / metro system, that you occasionally see in New York. Busyness, right through the city, right through the heart of Manhattan. And yeah. A route in New York, I'm not complaining. I love New York. It's one of my favourite cities that I desperately want to visit. Hopefully not too long. I visited France. Hopefully I can visit New York sometime this year. I'm going on another holiday, I think, in August. This time to Spain and Portugal. So hopefully I can maybe squeeze in one more holiday in New York, maybe end of the year. I think Christmas time is a brilliant time to go to New York, aside from the freezing cold weather. Thierry, that's the M3A. Oh, right, okay. Yeah, that is the M3A. Ah, right, I see. Thank you. Do you have the rail driver controller? I do not. No. Not really that kind of person. It's like when driving like a racing game. Like I don't really want pedals and a racing steering wheel and all that kind of stuff. I don't really want to go that in depth. I'm not that addicted to it. Like I just prefer to just pick up the controller and have some fun. Yeah, I mean it's realistic, but it's not my kind of cup of tea. And plus, I don't think I've anywhere to store it. I could just imagine a a plethora of wires coming out of the PlayStation, looking like some genetic experiment, and nah, don't like that. I think I have three cables in the PlayStation 5, one for the plug, one for the TV, and one for the controller / microphone. That'll do. That's enough wires for me to handle. Plus I've got, cables for iPhone, iPad, Apple Watch, those kind of chargers. That's enough wires and sockets and plugs for me to jiggle around with. Or juggle around with, I should say. Now we're really picking up some speed. I'm 60 miles per hour. Looks quick. And it is quick. It'll soon be 45. Oh, now get on the brakes. Unless the gradient's going to do it for me. It will. Thank you, gradient. Thierry, TSG is working on a class 218. Is he? I never knew that. I know he's working on a 232 for Reverse Ignored, which is a surprise. I didn't know it'd be on that route. I mean, Reverse Ignored certainly got a lot of DLCs. What has he got? Vashunta, the 155 and the 232. I imagine I'll be doing some services at the at that nuclear power plant, or whatever type of plant it is. Speaking of nuclear power plants, actually, Chernobyl in Ukraine is actually back under full control of Ukrainian people, I suppose. The people that ran the plant are now back in full control. The Russians have left. They almost decided to go there for a couple of weeks and then go. Not much there in Chernobyl really to take control of. Other than a disused power plant that's still has a bit of radiation left in its core, even though it's been smashed to smithereens in 1986. I watched a series to that actually on a Sky, or what was it, HBO I think made it in America. That's a great series, brilliantly crafted. Not just the performances of the cast, but everything around it, everything. The effects, the visual effects, the scenery, the music. Brilliant. I'm surprised it hasn't got many. It should have way more awards, I think, but that's just me personally speaking. Polish kid, hey, how are you? Hope you're well. I'm very well, thank you. Top Gaming is here. Just seen a message disappear, but he's here. So hey, Top Gaming, hope you're well. Welcome. I know you're there somewhere in the World Wide Web watching, or wherever you are around the world. Alright, on the brakes we go. We have a speed limit of 40 coming up, but that won't matter too much as we are approaching Harlem 125th Street. Come on, train, get down that speed. Thank you very much. Going downhill all of a sudden now, and we're going pretty quick too. I advise I get on the brakes. Sure the passengers won't complain. Well, they can't complain, can they? They're NPCs, what do they know? Sometimes they struggle whether to go left or right. Literally. Some of them fall on the tracks, really, but that's their choosing. Right. That'll do. Perfect. I've got a couple of minutes wait here. A train master. Fun fact, I live new in New York. Awesome. Awesome. Thierry, Long Island Railroad has 181 services. The 10 car has the 28 and the 8 car has the 88, I believe. And the 6 car has the 65. Yeah, I know you can access different length of trains in the timetable menu on Long Island Railroad, which is a nice touch. I don't know if they've done it to Harlem Line. I imagine they haven't. Thierry, yeah, he's not doing that. Oh, he's not doing the 232. Oh, that's a shame. No, I like the 232. Oh, that's a shame. I wonder if he'll scrap the Rose Ignored one then. Or you probably focus on Hamburg-Lübeck then, because that's yeah, that's very much a possibility. I'll have to have a look into that. I didn't know he scrapped it. Bloody hell. Must have been too hard for him, unless it was just a mistake. They put the wrong number in. That has happened in the past. Top Gaming, hey, how are you? Hope you're well. He's been playing West Somerset today. Really close to going there in real life, going on Friday. Oh, awesome. Hope you have a great time there. It's a perfect time to visit it. I'm sure there'll be a Steam Gala, and hopefully the weather picks up as well. It needs to improve. It's still very, very cold here in England. Even though spring is, well, it's here pretty much. Easter's not too far around the corner, so hopefully weather picks up. Yeah, West Somerset, it's really great to experience it in real life. Nothing beats experiencing it in real life. I think a Heritage Steam Railway is... You can make it in the virtual world as many times as you want. The actual experience, the feeling you get is... You just can't beat it. You really can't. But speaking of West Somerset, I'll have to give that have a stream on it, I think. I only tend to do a stream on West Somerset in spring or summertime, and yeah, that time is pretty much upon us. So I'm sure I'll look forward to having a blast on West Somerset, or a chug along West Somerset. Hopefully the steam trains can be used on there. That'll be quite cool. That will be cool. That will make it feel like a proper West Somerset day out in the virtual world. The next stop is Wood Lawn. This is a new station for me. It's just over 7 miles away. Ooh, okay. I'm excited. Back on the brakes. Train master, when approaching the station you blow the horn once. I know I get told this hundreds of times, but I just keep forgetting. I do apologise. I'm such an idiot, honestly. I just forget things like... Whoosh, just blows over my head. Polish kid, it's kind of scary that the countries right next to me are at war. I mean, when you have a country like that at war, obviously it's not Ukraine's fault, is it? If it's Russia, then obviously it's going to jangle a few nerves. I think what was it? I think today Russia actually made a bit of a kind of a threat to what was it? The likes of Finland and Sweden, almost saying, "Don't join NATO, otherwise what's happened to Ukraine is going to happen to you," which is a bit of a worry. It's almost like, well, excuse my language here, it's almost like Russia doesn't give two shits of what is right and what is wrong. They'll do the hell whatever they want. It's like Mr. Putin is literally playing a video game saying, "Hey, look, I've got all my toys here of weapons and firepower. I'll make some use of it." Which is a bit scary, but I hope that doesn't happen. Especially Finland and Sweden, for God's sake. I mean, they ain't done the thing wrong. It's their choice in the end of the day. I don't know. Sooner this craziness ends, the better. I don't know. Anyway, we'll see what happens. Long way to go, sadly. 6 miles to go exactly until Wood Lawn. I wonder why this route is only 24 miles long. I reckon they could have made it a little bit longer than that. Easily a bit longer than that. Maybe add on another 10 miles or something. Whether there's a lot of stations in the next 10 miles, I have no idea. I imagine not. Maybe that's the reason why they did it. I don't know. Or unless it converged with other lines that required extra work and new trains and services and brands, etc., etc. And that could be a possibility, but I'm just purely guessing, because I haven't got a clue. We got a speed limit of 75. I think that's the maximum speed limit we can have on this route, which is pretty quick for a 24-mile route, must be said. Off we go. Under 5 miles to go until Wood Lawn. Liam, I travelled to the Flitchway in Braintree today. Very long journey, but was worth it. Oh, I hope you had a great time. Hope the weather was good for you. Hope you managed to see the things you wanted to see and experience. I'm sure it was good fun. It's a cool little place to visit. It's always nice when you visit those kind of places in the spring, summertime. Yeah, winter's not too bad, especially Christmas time, but always nice to do in the spring, summertime. You know, especially when it's in, more natural countryside and scenery like that. It looks so much better, doesn't it? So much more inviting. Thierry, the Winter War, Russia should have won, but Finland kicked their ass up. Pardon my French. The third rail on this route continues for 53 miles. Oh, right, 53 miles. That's a lot of miles. That is a lot of miles. Got a 60 mile per hour speed limit coming up. Let's get on the brakes. It's a nice station there. Just passing through. It's quite cool. Partly undercover. Nice lighting. Ish. I imagine when you turn, if you have a safety systems on, it's much more challenging and probably takes longer to complete services than at the rate I'm currently doing. Speed limits will increase again to 75. Now, how far does the service go to? Is it to Woodlawn? No, far from over. Blimey. Where is this going to? This is going to Crestwood. I don't know if that station is in the game. I have no idea. Or in this route, I should say. The wording is in the game, of course, because you've just seen it, but the station itself, I don't know. I have a funny feeling it is. That's a complete guess. Speed limit's going to go down again. This time to 40. Oh, no, now it's 60. Bit of a yo-yo at the moment. Fast 75, 60, 75, 60. It's a pretty quick route, like I said. 75. I didn't expect that, 75. Maybe a 60 or 50, but definitely not a 75. I don't know if there's any... Oh, crikey, that was a bit unexpected. That was a 45 there. That didn't tell me. Blimey, that caught me off guard. Better get down that straight away. Whee. That caught me off guard. And now it's going back up again. Like a yo-yo. Want to go 40? Now we go 65. Want to go 75? Now we've got to go back down again to 40. And I've been hit in the face by a twig. Blimey. Make your mind up, alerter. What speed are we going to do? 45 or 60 or 75? Well, we're going to be doing 75, or I ain't going to have time to reach that speed. Because we are approaching Wood Lawn. Sounds like a nice name for your garden. Wood Lawn. Jellybean, hey, how are you? Hope you're well. Welcome. Just taking charge of some commuter services in a lovely city that is New York. Oh, maximum brake. Way, there we go. Just in time. I've turned on the wipers. I'm such an idiot. Why is the wipers turned on? And turn off. Thank you. 2 minutes. We have to wait. Just under. Talk gaming fun, but also not so fun fact. Europe is the most peaceful continent in the world, but has also fought the most world wars. Or the most wars in the world. Why doesn't that surprise me? This world just ceases to amaze. Full of surprises, good and bad. One thing I did see when I was on my cruise in France was as I was departing Marseille, there was these 3 bottleneck dolphins that came up portside very close to the balcony which I was standing in as we departed. Quite spectacular. Didn't expect that, especially so close to the quayside. As the boat reversed out, it was a remarkable sight. Haven't seen dolphins up close like that before. There's an M3 just parking up next to us, or just across the tracks from us at the same station. Let's take a look outside at Wood Lawn, shall we? As I imagine, it's lots of wood. Oh, is this an M3? Oh no, I thought it was an M7. Oh, drat. Oh well, looks like this stream isn't going to be quite finished yet. That's a mistake on my part. I thought it was an M7. I can't remember what the cab interior looks like compared to. I can't remember what an M7 cab interior looks like. Oh well, looks like I've got to do another service then. I mean, time-wise, we're doing pretty good actually. We're under 2 hours, so I could squeeze in another service with the M7 this time. I don't know. Just to me, like it looked like I was driving an M7. I don't know. I've forgotten what it looks like. Oh well. The next stop is Wakefield, just under a mile away. What does the cab of the M7 look like then? I thought it looked similar to this. I thought this was the cab of the M7. I'm obviously wrong. Oh dear. Now you know how rusty I am on this route. First time ever everything, I suppose. There's a track going off to the right. I think that's another Metro North line, I think. As we are approaching Wakefield. In my Kohinoor, if that's how you say it correctly. Hey, how are you? Hope you're well. Welcome. The stream was going to end at the end of this service, but unfortunately, or thankfully for you, lot, I will have to do another service. I will not finish until I have done a service with the M7. I'm keen to see what that is like across a full journey. This must be a short little station then. Most of the train is missing the platform. Yeah, it is a small station. Look at that. Very small station. Time to get on the brakes. Oh, wrong one. That's better. Unlock the doors. He's good, excellent. Kohinoor, good to see. Liam, at least you know why the horn sounded the same. That's true. That's very true, actually. That's very true. Very true. Well, it's funny because I thought that the horn would sound similar because on Long Island the horn is very similar. So I thought it would be the same on Harlem, the Harlem line. Maybe not, I have no idea. Thierry Calder Aachen has Intercity Express, Regional Express 1, Regional Express 9 and S19 services pre-expansion. I think they've got S12 services now on the Journey expansion and Intercity and of course freight services. I think there was freight services before Calder Aachen. How many I don't know, but I know they were a thing. What's the next stop? Mount Vernon West. Ooh. That's even a shorter distance this time compared to Wakefield. Of course, this route was updated today with some fixes and bugs and some additions as well. Like the blue little marker there on the HUD. Apparently it wasn't a thing or disappeared. In the original release, it's now present and correct, which is cool. And the red signal bug thingamabob has also disappeared, which is good. Otherwise I wouldn't be able to do this stream if that was the case. Oh, we're approaching the station. I was about to look at the chat. Maybe best I don't. This is a much longer platform next to some skyscrapers, or not skyscrapers, are not that tall, are they? I suppose more like office blocks or tower blocks. For the local businesses or the people that live in this area of New York. Not sure if we're in New Jersey yet. I forgot about that. Let's unlock the doors. Thierry, the new timetable has Intercity S6, oh I didn't know that one, and S12 services added. Cool. Bobby has returned. Hey, how are you? Hope you're well. Again. Thierry, the expansion pack removed the MRCE 185 and the 6 intermodal services. Oh, right, okay, I didn't know that. Did they remove that? Really? Oh yeah, they did, of course they did. It's been because the 187 takes charge of that now. Which I suppose is appropriate. Need to give that loco DLC a chance. It's a good loco, the 187. Has good services. Certainly makes the timetable more busier from a freight perspective. It's just the sounds. It's just terrible. The model itself is tremendous. I think it's the only German freight locomotive that you could literally explore the internals of it, you know, walk through that little corridor. Actually, speaking of, no, it's not actually. It's the MRCE 182 can do that as well. But hey, that's cool. Let's have a quick little scoot around here. Busy district. Not too bad stations. Let's rock and roll. Off we go. The next stop is Fleetwood. That's not the final stop. I imagine Fleetwood Mac would be here. Jokes aside. Oh dear, I'm terrible with these jokes, honestly. I swear I'm getting worse. Not better. Oh, the power's gone. Now it's come back. Stability wise, it's not too bad. Particularly in this area of the map. We are near... well, not really near the top. We're kind of in the middle-ish, aren't we? Going a bit too fast. Whoopsie daisy. Oh, no, we're not. Increase the speed again to 60. And soon it'll be 65. Back and forth speed limits galore here. We are approaching Fleetwood. Light rain expected to start your location at 22:42. Lovely. As long as it rains at night and not tomorrow, I've not got a problem. I hate working in the rain, it's terrible. Makes me feel all miserable. There we are. Not bad stop, not bad stop at all. Here's Fleetwood. Sadly no Fleetwood Mac, but there's a huge bypass or a huge bridge going over a highway or motorway. Oh, that's a nice bridge here though. I like that, that's cool. It's almost like a viaduct for cars. Quite a small road actually. Thought it was a big highway. I'm obviously mistaken. Here's the PIS, all in good working order. We're going to Crestford. This is formed of 8 cars, which I didn't know at the time. And is this where this train terminates? Nope. What station is this? Oh wow, it's quite cool. Got a little board here. To White Plains, Southeast, and what's that? Wassik? I don't know. Oh, there's a poster. I'll pick that up in a second. Well, not in a second, but next time I visit that station. Because it's time to rock and roll. We got to get going. Mike or nothing. Okay, fair enough. Bobby, I have Union Pacific, CSX and Amtrak. Excellent. So do I. That's it. Yes, I know. That's all you can have at the moment. Until tomorrow, that is. Thierry, no, they were removed altogether. Really? I swear, the 187 must be on that route package, surely. Otherwise, what's the point having it? I'll have to have a look at that then. Mysteriously removed, unless it's gone completely, the 187. Maybe, DLCs can get removed, I suppose. Maybe due to the license holder or the dev team itself. I suppose that can happen. Very rare it happens, but I remember in the early days of Train Sim World, I remember when the BR Class 33 came out. It wasn't on sale for long because it then got removed on the console market, then came back again. I mean, you could find it on the PlayStation Store, I think, at the time, but you just couldn't purchase it, regardless if you had it at the time or not. But of course, it's back, and you can now buy it. I wonder what these things are here. There must be some sort of gantries or for the drivers or something, the engineers. I don't know what those wooden things are. Like little garden fences for some reason. I don't know why. They look like wooden fences. I wonder what they're for. Alright, we'll just cruise down to the end here. We're a little bit late, which is a first. Better pick up the speed, actually. Don't want to be too late. Don't want to get told off by Metro North and fire me on the spot. Okay, Norfolk Southern comes out on April the 12th, which is tomorrow, indeed, says Trainmaster. Tuesday, April the 12th, 2022. Price is interesting. I wonder if I get... Be nice if I did get a little discount. I wouldn't mind it. Wouldn't mind it. Top Gaming, this tram is for Fleetwood Ferry. The next stop is Manchester Square. Fleetwood, yes, I see. I was going to say, like, that's not for this route, is it? Yeah, nice reference to the Blackpool tramway. Oh, imagine if we had that in the game. It would look amazing at night. You know, the Blackpool lights on and those trams, you know, like with the train and the boat and the rocket. I remember I watched an old VHS video with those in. It looked absolutely spectacular. The next stop is Tuckahoe, which we are approaching very shortly. Out of the way, people. Trains coming through. Kind of full speed. Blimey, I wasn't expecting that. Down, down, down the speed we go. In terms of the next stream, ladies and gentlemen, people of all ages, it will be on the S-Bahn Zentralschweiz from Switzerland on this Sunday, Easter Sunday, at 8:30 p.m. UK time. So if you want to catch me probably being an absolute twit on that route, driving wise, then yeah, you know where to be. My YouTube channel, 8:30 p.m. UK time. Probably gorging as well on some Easter chocolate eggs and chocolate, and yeah, ruining my teeth. At least for those 2 days, Easter Monday and Sunday. Let's lock the doors. Thierry, I'm doing the train to the game scenario. Oh, to the Yankees branch line. Yeah, I imagine that's quite cool, actually. I don't know if the Yankee Stadium is in this route. I do like it when there is some... oh, we got a red signal. That's a surprise. I do like it when we get some sports stadiums in these games. I really like it. Like Wembley Stadium on the London Underground. What else? There was a station at San Francisco, 4th King Street Station, that had like a baseball kind of stadium. Is there another station of stadiums? I'm not too sure. Might be one that near San Jose. I think there's like an arena or some sort of stadium there. If they did the North London line in Train Sim World, and I hope they include the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. It'd be quite nice to see it, actually, as this the home stadium of the club that I have supported for the last 20 years. Now we can go. It's a green light. Cool. If they include the Emirates instead of Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, I won't be entirely satisfied. If they include both, I'll be very pleased. Even if the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium is a far, far away monument, as long as it's in the game, that's fine. Tottenham Hotspur Stadium is probably the most advanced stadium in the world, really, as we speak. You know, in terms of what it can do, and not just for the type of sports it hosts, but concerts, the experience, match day comforts. Incredible stadium. Unbelievable stadium. Without doubt the best stadium. It's probably the most advanced, technologically advanced stadium, not only in England, but probably Europe. No doubt. That's why teams, you know, the big guns like Real Madrid, Barcelona, they're rapidly developing their stadiums to really compete, because this is the thing with Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. The fact that they can host such a vast array of sports and in such, you know, fantastic infrastructure and comfort, and, you know, with advanced technology and environment and all that kind of stuff, you know, it certainly brings in the revenue, which is sure what the other clubs would want, particularly Manchester United. I think they wanted to demolish, Old Trafford a few weeks ago about demolishing Old Trafford, rebuilding it. I don't think that will happen. That stadium literally is, history-wise, miles head and shoulders above White Hart Lane. What's going on here? Don't lock the doors. Oh. Okay, let's lock the doors then. Alright, lock the doors. Oh dear, something's gone wrong. This isn't good. Is this as far as we go? Oh no, something's wrong. I've broken it, I think. Oh god, now I've really broken it. No, what have I done? Help, I'm stuck. I can't get out. The train is... Oh, no. Hang on. Is it moving or is it me? I'm stuck. Oh, bugger. No, I can't. Ah, hang on. Oh, can I use the camera? Oh, I can't. Oh, no. I'm stuck. Never mind. Maybe the train is derailed. I don't know. Oh, well, it looks like we can't do that then. Oh, yes, I have. Okay. Oh, my good lord. I completed it. What a spectacular ending that was. That was the end of the line. Okay. Oh, dear. Wasn't expecting that. Right. Return to the main menu. Okay. Let's pick the M7 this time. Let's have it in a lovely warm day, shall we? Actually, no, let's have it. Let's chuck some weather on it. Let's see what it looks good. Let's have a big old rainstorm. Yeah, rock and roll. Have a challenge, shall we? Operate an express train from Yankees. Can you not do an all-stop service from this Yankees thingamabob station? Nope. That's a deadhead service. I don't want that. Operate a local train to Crestford. No, I've just done that. North White Plains, express train, a local train, operating express, da-di-da-di-da. That's only an express train, fair enough. We'll do it. Let's take a look at the chat. Oh, it is, says Trademaster, the Yankees stadium is in Harlem line. Oh, cool, awesome. I don't know if I'll be able to see it because of the rainstorm that is chucking down on the platform. Is it on the left? It is on the left, isn't it? Ooh, familiar sight and sounds here. Oh. Ooh, yeah, familiar creature comforts in here, that's for sure. Sounds are a bit similar too. Test brightness. Let's have the gauge lights on. Marker lights to the off position. This time I can turn the wipers on and leave them on. Thank you. Isn't there like a little switch here we can dial up and dial down? No, maybe not. What can we play with here this time? Oh. Radio. PCS. They're closed out. I presume that's a good thing. The Dead Man, that's open. I don't know if that's meant to be open. I'm not sure. Anything we can touch here? What's that? Wheel slip, yes. ATC, ACS, the alerter. Close that down. Well, we've got a few minutes to have a look around. So what is this station called? And this is Yankees E. What does the E mean? Must be the sponsor of the stadium, I imagine. 153rd Street. Yankees. Oh, Yankees East. Okay, that explains it. This one goes to Croton Harmon. This one goes to Grand Central. Right, where's this elusive stadium? Let's find it. I'm not sure. Oh, there's a lot of roads. No, I don't know what the outside of the stadium looks like. I don't know if it's a big bowl or... Unless it's too far in the distance. I don't want to go too far because there's only so far I can go. There's a train going over there apparently. How far can we go? Oh, it's a freight train. Oh, that's a nice touch. Hang on, let me have a look. Hey. Oh, I can't see what it is. What's pulling it? Oh, that's a nice touch. Didn't expect that. Oh, that's a nice touch of a freight train. That's cool. Very nice. How far can I go? Not far enough. I don't think I can see it in these conditions, I'm afraid. You're actually in Yankees do free camera. Ah, right, I see. Okay. Thierry, the M7 and M3 are certainly nippy. They certainly are. Pretty quick. I think the M3 has better brakes though. Gets down the speed a little bit quicker than the M7. But that's just how I feel when I drive them. Trainmaster, by the way, you and me are racing, are we? Crikey, I didn't realise it was a race. Well, I'm going to certainly come last, because I've no experience of driving it in these conditions. Or the M7 on this route for that matter. So let's go. Apart from the tutorial, obviously. Ooh, what's it like in the rain? Am I going to wheel spin? Oh, that's a nice horn. Oh, that's a nice surprise. Very surprising. That sounds cool. And the outside indicators, I think, work as well. It's not bad, is it? Oh, very nice. I like that a lot. Why can't all the horns be like that in the USA? That sounds fantastic. The inconsistency infuriates me. Dovetail, get them right, they get them wrong, they get them right, they get them wrong. On and on it goes. That's fantastic though. Credit where credit's due, that sounds like a cracker. They delivered a cracking horn in Sherman Hill. They've done it again with this one. I think also I'll give credit to Skyhook as well for Horseshoe Curve. The horn on that doesn't sound too bad either. So whoever's been added to the sound department, the quality is clear to see. Well, clear to hear, I should say. That sounds fantastic. Brilliant. I don't know if it's exactly like the real world counterpart, but that sounds nice and raw, you know. Got a bit of tone to it. No, it's not just a tinny old sound, you know, there's a bit of bass to it as well. A bit of character in it. I like that. I like that a lot. Oh yeah, I like this route a lot now. This is miles better than Long Island. Miles better. I've uninstalled Long Island and I think I'll have to leave it uninstalled for good reason. That's fantastic. Alright, we got to stop at Harlem 125th Street this time. The name of the route itself, Harlem. I have to look on the map what part of New York this is. I know it's going through the heart of it, but I'll have a quick little check on the maps when I take a pit stop at Harlem 125th Street. Excuse me. Mr. Quicko Gaming, I'm back. Cool, good to see you. I would have finished by now, but I didn't do a service in the M7. I thought I did, but I clumsily didn't. Realised that I was in the M3, not the M7, but here I am in the M7, and now doing a service on the M7. I make things sound so complicated, I don't know why. Oh, the sounds, they sound different. Oh, beautiful. Sounds like an old spaceship from like the 60s sci-fi movie or something. Oh, beautiful. Sounds like the sort of spaceship the Daleks would use in Doctor Who or something. Like the classic ones. Oh, beautiful. I like that a lot. Credit to where credit's due. These sounds on this is fantastic. M3, yeah, it's okay. Sounds a bit familiar. The horn is quite nice apart from the loop. This is perfect so far. This steals the spotlight for me. And that is a surprise. Usually I prefer the M3. I like the old school trains, but this one has stolen me. I like it. Sounds perfect. Here we are. Here's a Harlem 125th Street. Apparently a pretty famous stop on this route, or in Metro North railroading circles in general. There it is. Wish we could have some thunder and lightning in here. That would be really cool. It's the one thing I think we're missing weather-wise, apart from dynamic weather, of course. Soto Kia and Spurs is heading north to Grand Central Terminal. That's correct. I'm doing the Yankees branch line again, just with the M7. Just a quick little experience. Anyway, I want to have a look at it. Let's do what's it? North White Plains. There's one. No, I don't want to do it directions. Not to my house, thank you. I don't think you could anyway. Apple Maps. To where is it? No, actually I want to change it. No, actually I'll do Grand Central Terminal. I'll route it. Put it in the satellite. Oh, the NPCs were in my camera. Where are we then? What are we going through these days? Near Yonkers, near New Rochelle, going right through the Bronx. And pretty much right near... Well, we're not too far. Oh yeah, we're very much... if we weren't underground, we would be seeing the likes of Times Square and the Empire State Building. Right in the heart of New York. Washington Square Arch isn't too far either. Unless I'm on the wrong line, then I don't know. I want to find this Yankee Stadium. I want to see what it looks like. Yankees Stadium. Let's have a look. What does it look like? Oh, it is like a big Rose Bowl effect, isn't it? Yeah, look at the size of it. That's pretty big. Let's do Grand. I'm running late, I know. Don't worry. I just want to see how close the station is. Grand Central. D. Oh, the station is 161 Street, Yankee Stadium. Oh, such a shame. Oh, I should have extended that branch line. Damn. You should have extended. Oh, that's annoying. That would have been amazing to see the stadium, especially that close to the platform, to the station of Yankees 161st Street. Oh, such a shame. I thought it was in the game, the stadium. Oh, that's a shame. Never mind. The next and final stop is Grand Central. And that's where this service and this stream will terminate. Trainmaster, fun fact, the M8, M3A, M7A and the P32 Genesis locomotives all stop here. Only local express, then none. Maybe the 32 Genesis one could be a good candidate, or the M8. I personally prefer the M8. I think it looks quite cool. I know it's in Train Simulator, but I haven't experienced it, so I have no idea what it's like to drive and sounds like, so on and so forth. But it looks cool. I like the red. It looks cool. Sarukin, the reasons they're different is because the stadium occupies the area between the two streets. They're also normally between the old and new Yankee stadiums. Oh, okay, there's a new and old stadium. Oh, I didn't know that. I imagine the old one was demolished for a residential development or something like that. As most stadiums are like these days. I mean, West Ham United's old ground got demolished for a housing development and are now in the Olympic Stadium in southeast London. Same goes for my granddad's club, Brentford, in West London. That ground, Griffin Park, I think, is due to be demolished. It might already be gone, but yeah, they went to a new stadium. I think a little bit north. I'm not too sure. I've never been to that. I haven't been to Brentford's new ground yet. I've been to Griffin Park twice, I think. My granddad took him to his first game in 30 years. Thankfully, every time we've gone there, it wasn't defeat. It was a win and a draw, which was nice, against Sheffield Wednesday and Norwich City, which was quite nice. In terms of my club, Tottenham Hotspur, I actually went to the years ago now. I went to the 2-1 win against Burnley as a birthday/Christmas present back in 2014. I've not been to the new stadium yet. I hope to very, very soon. Certainly with the way Spurs are playing at the moment in real life, they are absolutely flying, scoring goals for fun, tearing teams apart. It's certainly a good watch on TV. Imagine it's 10 times better at the stadium, or if you're travelling supporters. Antonio Conte certainly got Spurs firing in all cylinders, And he's only had 2 signings. Can't imagine what we can be like next season with the August transfer window. With new players coming in, we will be some deadly force, I think, next season. Definitely. If we qualify for Champions League, then, which I think we will. I think Spurs will get Champions League. We need to get down the speed. Don't talk about soccer or football. Need to get down the speed. God, these sounds keep getting so good. The more you put on the brakes, the more variation of sounds I discover. It's lovely. This is a cracker, and I've just got my wipers on. Oh, wipers are still not turned off. Now they're turned off. Nope. Wipers are not turned off. Now they're turned off. Thank you, wipers. I'm so clumsy, I sometimes forget that when you go in a tunnel, I forget to turn the wipers off. I should have turned them off ages ago now, but never mind. Trainmaster, I'm already at Grand Central Terminal. I won. Fair enough, you won, fair and square. I was too busy chatting. So, yeah, you win. I expected you'd win. As the old saying goes, first the worst, second the best. So, maybe it's good I come second. That's what we used to say in school. Down the speed limit. Cruising very slowly into Grand Central Terminal, track number 38. We are going very slow, aren't we? Blimey. Where are we going? We're going into that platform. How many trains are in this station this time? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 trains. Make it 13 soon. That's a lot of trains in this station. That's testament to the frame rate, because if you look at Brighton Main Line and London Victoria, and that's got a very similar amount of trains in the station, particularly at rush hour, and I imagine that rush hour in Harlem Line is probably just as well busy amount of trains and so on and so forth. Yeah, the frame rate on that is still not 110% bulletproof. I suppose you could say the same for Harlem Line, but to me, experience-wise, looking at it, the frame rate is pretty buddily smooth. I think I'm averaging at least 40 to 50 frames per second. I don't know, of course, I can't see the frame rate per second, unless you can on PlayStation. I don't know. I'm not sure. Can you get frame rate per second on Train Sim World 2 on the next gen? Not too sure. I don't think you can. Probably not. So I'm just guessing. Liam, I remember my childhood days when my dad was supporting Arsenal, and he still does. I support Tottenham. Ah, good man, you support Tottenham. Good. We don't support the red team. Arsenal technically isn't even from North London. They're from South London. They were known as Woolwich Wanderers Football Club in the south of the River Thames. So they're not technically a North London club. I think they only moved into North London just before the First World War, I think, or the Second World War, something like that. I know in World War II, Arsenal, Tottenham had to share White Hart Lane with Arsenal in World War II, because I think Arsenal Stadium was being used as a what was it being used for? Arsenal, they were being used for storage facilities of weapons and planes and tanks and all that kind of stuff. Whether that was the First World War or Second World War, I do not know. It's an interesting fact that not many people know about that. Arsenal and Tottenham sharing White Hart Lane. Who would have thought, eh? Who would have thought? Let's increase the power. Grand Central Terminal is vast, isn't it? It is a big old station, way bigger than New York Penn, way more platforms. and tracks. Train Master third one with the treasure chest. Yep, he's finishing off the quote, that's true, but there was no third person in the race, so I came second, and second in that song, as you know, is the best. Well, apparently. You probably drove better than me. There's no disputing that. I'm driving terribly today. I'm just trying to keep the chit chat up and not bore people to death, unless I already have, which is fair enough. Thierry is off. Okie doke, Thierry. Take care of yourself. Enjoy the rest of your week, and I will see you. Well, this Sunday, as it's the start of this week. I'm streaming on, of course, Sunday, Easter Sunday, 8:30 p.m. UK time. Now let's see if I have to stop again after this. I imagine I do. I imagine I have to dump it in a siding or something. Right, let's see these on. Let's get out of this train. Let's have a look round this. Oh, where are we? Where's my train? Is it there? No, not there. Is it over here? Which one's mine? This one. A lot of people. Wow, look at that. Look at all these over here. Oh, you can't access that. Okay. That must be where the AI trains run and hide. Look at that. You got a level here. Look at all these. Look at this. There's loads of room around here. Look at this. You could get lost in this station. Look at it. There's oh, blimey. It is humongous station. I know we're underground, but blimey, and there's even more. There's another 2 platforms over here. That's a lot of. This is a big station. I didn't think it was that big. I knew it was like kind of big, but I didn't think it was that big. That's incredible. God, that's a place to explore. I bet some collectibles are hiding around there, aren't they? Right, passengers should be all on. Should be done. Just have to wait until we can lock the doors. Are they all out? Sure they are, aren't they? Yeah, let's lock the doors, shall we? Sure the game won't tell me off. Can't be that bad, can it? Okay, maybe not. I have to unlock the doors. Wait, I must. It's bigger in real life, Train Master says. In real life there are 2 levels. Yeah, I had a feeling there was like an upper level and a deeper level platforms. So that is a testament. I mean, even though this section of Grand Central Terminal, you know, it's the only one we can explore, it's still blimmin' massive. And there we go. Got a silver. I'll take that any day of the week. So I finally managed to experience the M7 in its glory, and that, I must say, was an absolute cracker. If you don't have this route, I strongly recommend you pick it up. Great challenge, brilliant sound packages, and a nice few visual treats in store too. But there we are. That concludes this stream, my first real proper look at the New York Harlem line, Grand Central Terminal to North White Plains, with the Yankees branch as well. The next stream, like I said, will be on Easter Sunday, April the 17th, 2022. That stream will be the S-Bahn Zentralschweiz in Switzerland. And then the stream after that on Easter Monday, which is the 18th of April, 2022. Of course, both streams are 8:30 p.m. UK time. That Easter Monday stream, I'll be taking a look at the brand new Horseshoe Curve route. So I hope you're looking forward to joining me for those 2 streams, or one of the 2. I'd just like to say thank you very much for watching. Take care of yourselves. If I don't see you, enjoy the rest of your week and have a very happy Easter. And as always, I will see you next time. Thank you very much. Take care, everyone. Have a good evening. Take care.